Nice to see you.
Yeah, very nice.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, could you see me?
Oui.
I'm Leire San Jose. We are with the mask. I'm here. I am Leire. Yes, because here. Hello, Virginia. So we are going to try to read. Yes, hello, Chris.
Hello, lady.
Hello, George. So, yes, unfortunately today we have started using this mask because of again we have COVID here. So we are going to try to share with all of you all of our intentions. And here, hello Ricardo, hello Caroline. So the idea is that 12:30, so it is just 5 minutes to start with Thomas Mack, because the idea is that this kickoff conference that we have developed, we are going to develop, it is because we have thought that if we didn't do anything, we have relaxed and we have not maintained the intention for the next year. So we are here, 10 of the organizers. So the idea is that after Thomas Mack, we are going to present some of our tracks or ideas or what we are doing here. But we are open to any other different aspect for the next year ISBE conference. So please try to share with all of you, all of us, your ideas. We are going to try to read all of the chat, but probably we can't. So after that, I will get to review all of the ideas, suggestions, and I will get back with some summary for all of the people. So in the meantime that we wait to Thomas Mack, maybe some of you want to speak, to say your opinion, your ideas for ISBE. So I think that only George or Chris, before they have the camera, it will be a great idea to get open your cameras to see each other. And of course, here we have the option to hand your hand, but we have just a couple of minutes. So if some of you want to speak, it will be great to listen. Caroline asked about recording. Yes, we are going to record, but it is not like a conference, of course. It is just like a meeting that in which we are going to try to share our ideas or try to get our impression for the next year. We have prepared a great conference and we get a big effort with different tracks. We have, I think, that 37 tracks with different subjects about different points of view, and we have 3 invited speakers as well that they are going to maintain for the next year. But I think that all of these things, Thomas Mack will share with all of us. So I don't know if something more or someone want to ask. So we are going to record and it will be there. as well, remember that we have asked about different videos, and we are doing there with the videos. We are going to upload in the web pages, in our web page. Some of our doubt, it is about maintain the web page. Remember that it was with ISBEE, but it was like that. So one of our doubts is maintain with ISBEE 2020 because we are going to postpone, but the idea is that we are going to develop this type of conference. Other tasks that I suppose that Thomas Mack will speak about as well is here, Thomas Mack, so welcome. It is about the topic of our conference. Probably we need to review the topic, and we are going to focus more on our new situation. So I think that it is not that bad, our topic in the conference, but we are going to try to take it straight. So if you could share there our webpage, remember here, reinventing globalization, community, virtues, and the power of purpose. So there we have a big topic about globalization. So nowadays we have there a back to not increase this globalization, what is going with this situation in which we are here 10, you are there at home 30, and we cannot see each other. And I am here with a mask as well. So it will change our lives. It will be change our form to get relationships. And at the organization, it will be different, completely different. So it is like a big challenge for the future for the business and for business ethics as well. It is really a new, different challenge for the future. Maybe we need to take into account all of that one. I going to ask Thomas Mack, could you listen us? It is there. I could see all of the participants that we have there. In the meantime, I'm going to say hello to some of them. So we have there Angelina, Carlos, Caroline, Chris, Travis, Elsa, Gear, George, Hayet, Belen, Irene, Israel, Junko, another lady, Maite, Mari, Nuria, Pedro, Wilson, Ricardo, Richard, Sara, another Sara is here as well, Silvana, hello, Ton, Thomas, Tijani, and Virginia. So we are all together here in this kickoff conference, preparing for the next year and trying to do our best to the next year. So I don't know, Thomas is there, but probably have some problems. It's
yeah,
here.
hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we could
Yeah,
listen
okay.
you. So
Sorry
finally,
about that. I am trying to figure out the system, so it's a bit different from what I'm used to in terms of Zoom and other formats. But I think you can all see me and hear me.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, lovely. Well, good evening from Melbourne. We are the new epicenter of COVID, although at very low numbers. But you know, those numbers are going up in Victoria, unfortunately. So as you said, Leah, it's not over until it's over. I have prepared a couple of slides. So how do we do this? Does it work here? Can you show them, or how do we do this?
I could start with all of the people.
Oh, great. It actually works. So will you move them or can I move them? Anyway, I think. Look, I just start talking, and maybe you can move then as I give instructions. So, good evening to everyone out there. It's actually a big group, and I'm pleased to see that all of you have logged in tonight or today or this morning, wherever you are. These are truly unprecedented times, and we have had to make some difficult decisions over the past few months. But of course, they were right in that we obviously had to postpone it. There were no other way of hosting a conference. All of the conferences have been cancelled. But of course, we were looking forward, I think, or would be looking forward towards a physical conference. I think we're all ready to go back to some type of normal if that ever happens in some type of format, but that certainly can't happen until that crisis is resolved. So whether it will be 2021, which I really hope, we'll have to see. In that sense, we probably have to be cautious, not to be overly optimistic. But to the point that Leah made earlier around potentially thinking, I mean, that's when I logged in, I think, potentially rethinking the theme slightly. Actually, I've made that in terms of suggesting that potentially we should probably target at a different type of subtitle. I mean, ultimately, this idea of reinventing globalization, I think, is absolutely topical, and certainly an overarching umbrella theme, which we always had, which would be still quite fitting. But if we give it a little bit of a twist with the sub theme around business ethics potentially, or business and ethics in a post-COVID world, it could really, I think, raise I think even more attention and get us more traction. It's something that I think we can talk about. In many ways, COVID, and some of you hopefully will agree, is what we can call an outcome of a dark side of globalization. In that sense, I think our topic is very fitting. It's a consequence of the tight-knit network that the global economy has created over the years, the past 2 decades or so. And the speed, I think, is something that is, we haven't really seen any other type of global event or pandemic that just has accelerated at that type of speed. So in that sense, I would probably look at it as a dark side of a globalization, much as some of the other events that are happening around the world, the bad, toxic, and destructive leadership that we are seeing in some countries, including the US. So, there are so many topics that I think would fit under this overarching umbrella topic that make it a really, really urgent and compelling conference. So at this point, Leah, if you can just move to the next slide, please. Or can I move that myself? Okay, here, I can see it. Oh, yeah. There we go. So what we've done basically is we simply rolled over, deferred the whole conference towards July 2021. So that's the state of our thinking currently. Leah and her team have worked really hard to make those decisions, on the ground. I think the hotels are all still in place. I have essentially targeted also all our keynote speakers right when we made that decision, ask them whether they would agree to come in 2021, which they did. So the good news is that we could essentially roll over all the keynote speakers. So this obviously includes Anne Rosenberg from SAP. She's one of the sort of sustainability champions at SAP at a very senior level, a great speaker. We have the privilege to have Danny Roderick as a keynote speaker, a very accomplished and well-known economist at Harvard University. So Danny said that he would be willing to do it next year. So has Axel Honneth. So we have, a practitioner, we have sort of an economist view, and then we have a true philosopher. Axel Honneth, for those of you who don't know him, is the successor of Jürgen Habermas at the Frankfurt School, but he's also a professor at Columbia University in New York, and one of the preeminent social philosophers, I think, of our days. And so, on top of those three keynotes, I suppose, I'm also thinking that potentially, in light of the challenges we face, not just as an organization, but as an academic community as a whole, might be nice to actually think about a fourth keynote that probably would be in that type of area that would reflect on, the post-COVID world, if you will. Myself, obviously, will give a short presidential address, and I actually already picked a title in some ways, which is under this idea of radical hope, reason and ethics for a better world. So if anything, I think we need some very robust, some very in-depth discussion and revisiting, I think, some of the bigger ideas and reflecting on some of these global events, including the diminishment of reason around the world, the rise of autocratic leadership, the divisiveness we've seen, the disintegration we've seen. Rather than coming together, I think the world is disintegrating. So I think all these speakers will reflect one way or the other on some of these grand challenges that we face. So the very good news is on that front that pretty much everything is still in place. No one has bowed out yet. Of course, we don't know how the world develops, but it's everything is in place as it was a couple of weeks ago. Just some final points for consideration, and I'm happy to then hand over to Leah. As I said, I think the ISBE Congress as such, as a physical get-together, and its themes are more relevant than ever. I think we probably should look at some adjustments when it comes to streams or subtitle, making room for some of the more urgent, more pressing discussions, perhaps. I'm pretty sure once we open up again the submission process, we will get some really interesting papers on reflections on what happened over the past month or so. So I think with that the flexibility is there, but that adjustment probably is needed. But, the overarching theme, as I said, I think is still fairly relevant. However, we must be cautious, I suppose. We can't predict whether, there will be a vaccine anytime soon, whether travel will be allowed. I mean, here in Australia, we are in the interesting situation that, we're one of the peoples who really like to travel a lot, but no one can travel at this point. Qantas is not planning on having any international flights until next year. So that's something that's unprecedented, as is a crisis, obviously. So we'll have to see how that works out. So I think proper risk management when it comes to the organization is important. But of course, we're all hungry for a change towards the positive. So in any case, ready to resume normal academic life if that ever happens again, hopefully. We'll see. So I'll stop here to maybe open up for a discussion or some type of reflection from you guys over there around the world. Just wanted to take this opportunity to thank the team on the ground for all the hard work so far. Very good news is that we are all optimistic at this point, at least, that everything is in place, that we are financially in a good situation when it comes to the Congress, and then hopefully that we can all meet together next year in Bilbao. Leah?
Thank you so much, Thomas Mack. It will be wonderful to get again all together. Thank you for your words. Thank you for spend some time. I think that it is a bit late there in Australia. Here we are 12:43, so it is close to lunch time. So we are here relaxed. It is a pleasure to be here with the people because here we are together, 10 of us at least, because we don't see each other during months. We have seen all of the time with these laptops, with our computers using this type of system that at the beginning was great. We were so happy to get this relationship based on the online and virtual place. But from my point of view, at least, I don't know if the rest of the people think the same. It is great to get people close to us. So hope that we are going to maintain this meeting today, but the idea is that the conferences have not any sense if we don't see each other really, if we cannot spend time close because we lost a lot of information, our hands, our movements, our groups in which we are speaking about. So it is really important for us. So from the moment we don't want to review our conference and change to online conference, we know that Academy of Management, Society of Business Ethics, and many other different, they have changed to online. Some of them, they have maintained both systems, but from our point of view is that we prefer to see people directly. Maybe the group will be a few people because probably next year we cannot move, or we don't want to move because our situations. But it is a pleasure, or at least it is our challenge to see each other. I think that it is a great news to know that we maintain those invited speakers, that because they are really important for us. But of course, the people that is here, so Thomas, George, Chris, and many others that probably they came later because in USA they are early in the morning. So Joan Ciula is coming but 2:30 because if not, I think that now they are asleep. So because of that, I think that they are going to try to come again to Bilbao. So we are here. So now my idea is just to invite people that is here to come here and just to say a couple of things. So just a minute to try to connect with all of you, that we are here, that we are going to try to continue working, that we are okay. So we have the coronavirus, but we are okay and we are working. We have continued working during all of those months. Anything changed in our hard working perspective? It is different, but it is hard as well. So because of that, I want to give the option to the people here to speak a little bit. So I don't know, Marcela, maybe it's the first that is coming here. Yes. They are like, oh, I don't want to speak here, but yes, they are going to do great. I'm doing here. So just Marcela is going to explain something, just a couple of minutes, okay?
Okay, hello. Hello, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here in this kickoff of the ISB World Congress. Well, my name is Marcela Espinosa, and I'm going to organize a track about gender issues in organizations. It's a very hot topic nowadays, although well, we can think that really it's a pity that we have to talk about gender issues still in organizations, but really the reality is that gender diversity is very important nowadays. And we have several papers, very interesting, that we have received already for the conference, and about different topics, corporate women in corporate governance, how this may affect the quality of information, how this may affect the quality of earnings, also the management of the organizations, and how this diversity may improve the culture of the organization, the job satisfaction, and so on. So there's very interesting topics about this issue. Also, and I think it's really interesting about also the gender influence on ethical behavior in organizations, and even there are some articles about how women are managing this COVID situation, maybe different from how men are managing this situation. And well, I hope to see you. I'm looking forward to see all of you here next year. That's about this track. I pass the place to any other who wants to present their track. Thank you, later, and thank you, all of you.
Hi everyone, this is Carolyn Ko and I'm speaking from Singapore. The camera is not working. I don't know. I think something's gone wrong with it. But Thomas, you have been my icon since I started my PhD 7 years ago, and now I am, I have my PhD in responsible leadership, and I developed an instrument to measure responsible leadership. So you are my inspiration. Very happy to connect with you. I totally agree with you on the fact that we are rather than coming together, we are really disintegrating. And even in our little island in Singapore, we see that. We just had our elections, which were unnecessary, but the government decided it was a good time to capitalize on it, and they put us all in harm's way, making us go out to the polling centers, especially the elderly, and even allowing those who were on stay-at-home notice, quarantine, to go to these centers to vote. And for me, that was totally irresponsible. It was an unethical act. And in fact, it got me thinking about writing a paper about how our leadership has changed. It has evolved. It has moved away. When we had our first Prime Minister, Lee Kuan Yew, he was for the people. He was a dictator in a certain way, but he was always responsible, and he was effective but also responsible. As we know, this debate of being responsible and effective, and the tension between the two, but he was that. However, with this new generation of leaders, it's all about egoism, and they've forgotten that there is a bigger picture. There is society that they have to think of. They have to be responsible leaders. So, thank you for bringing up these new tracks that you're thinking about. I think it will be excellent, and I'm certainly going to write something, for this in this context, because I think it will be an excellent and a more urgent and a more pressing topic that we need to talk about for the future. Thank you so much for inviting us to this thing. It's amazing.
Thank you so
Great
much.
to have you, Carolyn. If I can just jump in there. So
Sure.
thanks a lot. I mean, I think you're absolutely on track there. And you probably know that Ansui is also very actively now promoting this idea, not just of responsible research, but also responsible leadership by and large. And I'm pretty sure that she will be thrilled to see what's coming from the conference. But you're right. I mean, the state of leadership has probably never been as bad as it is right now, and it's not just Trump I'm talking about. But it's interesting to see what happens there. So this, in many ways, we live in paradoxical times, and there's so many lenses to look at this. But be interesting to see how that all plans out. So hopefully for the better.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Now,
Thank you for that.
thank you, Caroline. Now we have here maybe Sarah coming here. Sarah Leonardo, it is from University of Basque Country. It's going to speak a little bit.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Yes, as said Leire, we are here working mostly from home, but today we are here in person. And I want to tell you about the track we proposed in ISBE this year. We proposed the track about zombie firms, and the question is, what are zombie firms? Because this is a relatively new topic. So Zombie firms are inefficient and highly leveraged firms that theoretically they should be in bankruptcy, but in practical terms they are doing business. For example, nowadays we are working on the most type of extreme zombie firms that they are those that have lost all their equity. That is, they lost all their equity and they have a negative equity. So what's the problem? The problem is not their own bankruptcy problem. The problem is that they can contagion on other healthy firms. So this is a serious problem for Japan, China, Britain, and Spain. That's why we are working on them. Not only universities are working on this topic, but central banks, consultants, and other researchers and other experts. So we encourage you to get closer to this topic because it could be approached and analyzed from different points of view. For example, economic viewpoint or social or political, ethical. So we encourage you to read about this and to get closer of this. Thank you everyone for being there. We'll see you online or in person maybe next year. I don't know. Thank you in any case. Goodbye.
Hello, we have some problems with the computer, the Vizcaya de Toa. It is my laptop because yeah, I am 2 times. Here we have in Spain for the next year probably this we called bimodal that we are going to be in present and we are practicing that one because we are here with the laptop online and also with the people here and we did 2 different laptops. So we hope that we have they is trying to connect again the main laptop that we are going to use for speaking because my microphone is not that good. So
Leah, I think we can't hear you, so it was better earlier.
We have some problems. Hello? No?
We can hear you now, Leah.
Oh, okay, okay. That one is my laptop, my personal laptop, Windows, not the laptop of the Vizcaya network. So, okay, maybe we could share my laptop with the rest of the people. So I'm going to there. It seems that it is a TV. It is not. Could you listen me? Yeah. So maybe I could go with my laptop to the next one that will explain a bit. Yeah. The next one is Jorge, for example, that is here.
Hello, everybody. I am Jorge Gutierrez from the University of the Basque Country. We must use our mask. I want to say you hello. I work here with Leire and other fellows. We are organizing or trying to help Leire, Thomas, and all the organization with the Congress. In my case, I'm going to organize a track on microfinance or ethics and microfinance because I used to work in that field for some years. As many of you will know, in the beginning, microfinance was supposed to be a kind of miracle to fight against poverty and through the financial inclusion. Well, it was very famous, the case of Yunus and the Nobel Prize and all that story. And it reached really thousands of millions of people. But after that, some debates arise about some topics such as the interest rates. Sometimes they were really high, and it was doubtful if poor people were really benefited with this kind of program, or there were problems about over-indebtedness in some cases. Sometimes the people that were supposed to be helped by these programs, such as women in many cases, were in trouble or were worse than the program than previously to the program. So from time to time, or maybe in the last 2 decades, I think there have been worries about all this. In the sector, we have some measures to see the kind of finance and, of course, the financial performance of these institutions, but also to measure the social performance. This kind of things such as what kind of people are really being customers of this. Are they poor? Are they micro enterprises or build enterprises? are they women or not? And do they work in rural areas? Which are really the conditions? What kind of products are offered? With what guarantees are used in these cases? And so, with all that, the ethics point of view is getting more and more important, more and more debated. And this is the kind of things that we want to work in our track. Mostly from the point of view of middle and low income countries where microfinance is more widely used, but also in high income countries where we have some experiences as well. Well, that's what I had to say. I will be pleased to continue collaborating on this, and I hope that we can have a great congress here in Bilbao. Bye bye.
Okay, seems that's communicating. So thank you so much for the presentation of Jorge. Hello, it is working again? Yes? Okay, for the next one, maybe Eki. That one is, it's more new. Okay, we are going to use mine as well because the proper one is not working. I think that it is Eki trying to speak to us.
Yes. Sorry, can you hear me? Yes? Okay, sorry, because one of the laptops. One of the laptops is not working properly, so sorry for that. Okay, thank you everybody for being here. This unusual kickoff of the Congress, the conference. I'm Eke Atocha, I'm a member of the organizing committee. I work in a research group that is called Humanism in Management and Economics. And we are participating also in a track that has the same name, Humanism in Management and Economics. We are really aware about the impact that the COVID is producing everywhere in the world. As Thomas Mack was saying, it seems that it's the dark side of the globalization. We already know that we have common goods that we have to manage globally, but we also have common bads, and COVID would be one of the common bads that we have to manage. In our track, we are receiving many communications that are related to the macro and micro level of firms, also other indicators. We really believe in the power of communities. Later was saying before that the topic of the conference would suffer some changes from now to next year, but we really think that community issues and the power of purpose are more important than ever. We have seen the impact of the COVID. It's probable to see again its impact in the next months. It's giving us purpose, not just to the business, also to the social economy and the communities locally that need to scale up to the global level. And just to say that in our track, we are going to try to address these challenges that has to do also with ethics and values. And in our case, our approach is from the humanism. Thanks a lot again, and it's a great pleasure to share with you this virtual space.
Thank you so much, Eki, as well.
I'm going to put here in the chat what is the function of EI soon. Okay, now we are going to try to invite here maybe Patricia. It's your time. Yes, something to speak here. Just a couple more, so don't worry. If someone wants to speak as well, hand.
Hi, morning, everybody. Thank you so much for being here, and it's really my pleasure. I will be really brief for TV reasons. First, because there is no track I'm working on specifically, so there's nothing I can share with you about it, as the rest of my colleagues have done. But I wanted to tell you why I'm here. It's just because I want to learn and because I want to help. I met later about 2 years ago there at the university in the Basque Country, and we worked together in a team, which is one of the biggest team at the university, for one main reason, because we are aware of the sustainability and sustainable development goals, and we want all the people in our faculty at the University in the end to get access to this learning process. So she told me about the conference, that perhaps they can help somehow with the staff, with the arrangement, and this is why I'm here, trying to help as much as possible. So thank you so much for giving me the chance of being here. It's okay? Okay.
Thank you so much, Patricia. And now we have another two people that they are here. Well, we have here José Luis Retolaza as well, and José Domingo García, that they are part of our conference, but maybe now it's going to speak Ramón Bernal. He's part of our team here, so it's time.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for this opportunity to talk to you. Thank you, lady. I was going to take part in this congress, and I hope I have the opportunity next year to present my investigation. I work in a non-for-profit organization, doing now my PhD program, and I'm doing an investigation focused on how to improve the efficiency of public procurement. Public procurement accounts for a huge amount of money in Europe. We think that if you have a goal of providing services and goal, but also in the goal of helping in applying public policies, and we in this group of people we work with, we think that it will be necessary to evaluate these public procurement processes not only in an economic way, but also in the value they create for social value it creates. So we already done a survey with different experts in order to get ideas and how to improve and create more value with these public procurement processes. And now we are doing a next step in this investigation and working on how to evaluate these processes with the social accounting model in order to help to get the whole value it creates, not social value, not only economic value, but also social value. And in order to give a tool for administration in order to get the best choice in every process. I will continue with this investigation, and we hope we can meet this year here in Bilbao. Hope you will have the opportunity to come here and present this and talk about this here together. So thank you so much.
And now the last one, that is Alfonso, that is here, is coming from outside university, but with a lot of link with the university as well. So you see that we are a lot of people.
Well, hi everybody. I am very pleased to be here, even in this weird format, but still taking part in this kickoff meeting of the Congress. Well, I am here because I wanted to present a communication about the research I am doing, directed by Leire, and because, well, I work for a consulting company, and there is a problem I face every day, and this is the problem businesses have to integrate social value in their strategic management processes. So this is a combination of two main elements. The first one is about the strategic management process. Strategy is by far the most important process in any organization, because this is the guide for all the other processes. And secondly, this is also a question of social value, which is a topic of maximum interest. And businesses, at last, they know that they have to create a value which goes beyond financial, and it's also social. So the combination of these two elements raises many questions. And this is true because, first, both in the academic world and in everyday practice, a lot of strategy work has been done, but focused on economic value. And this creates a problem. How can social value be generated if it is not a part of the strategy? And secondly, there is also a question of how can social value be created if there are no tools, no systems to help businesses manage this social value. So the research is about this, and the real breakthrough will come when we put these two elements together. We combine them, and we come up with a model which integrates social value in the whole strategic management process. So this is what the communication was going to be about, and I hope we can meet in 2021 in a real present format, and look forward to seeing you then. Thanks.
Thank you so much for everyone. I think that we have a big team. You see that we are there, academics, but also some experts from the companies, because our challenge is to try to connect both sides, that it is unique side. And nowadays we can see this link all together. So we have presented each other. So if you have there the people that you are online, if you want to speak, some of you, I could give you a couple of minutes to some of you if you want to tell something. So Ricardo, okay, your time. I think that we could listen to you.
Okay. Okay. Hello. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I am speaking to you from home here in the city of Bilbao. First of all, I would like to tell you all that the city is vibrant. The city is working, is fine. So we are, as you can see later, taking some protection against this pandemic, but still the city is open for business. And I think the situation will be much better for the next year. I belong to the University of Deusto. I am also organizing one of the tracks about humanistic management. And at the same time, I would like to tell you that now we are opening a special issue with the journal Sustainability. So this special issue is going to be open in the next days. We have more than 30 tracks for the Congress. I think that it's good for you to know that there is this opportunity to make a contribution to this special issue. We would like to announce you, all of you, when the special issue is really open, but I think during this month it's going to be ready for all of us. The special issue is going to be open until 2021, the end of April 2021. So our idea is that all contributions of high quality could be ready in that special issue just before the conference is going to be ready for the next year. So I think this is a very important announcement to share with all of you, that there is going to be one special issue linked with this conference, and that your contributions are going to be very welcome to be part of this special issue. That's all from my part. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ricardo. I think that we have some special issues, so thank you, because it was enrich our conference. I have shared some of the videos that we have received from different tracks. They are linked in the web page as well. So everyone that wants to get a video, please send me and I will upload. I think that they will be good for increase the participation of people, authors in different tracks, also about panels if you want, of course. So I don't know if some more want to speak as well, or I have some slides, just a couple and we will finish, but if you want to speak, let me know and I will leave you. So just pictures, remember that one with Thomas and with Jose Luis Retolata. It was closed on February when we were preparing our conference, but we will stop doing that one. We have there of the people, so it is the committee, so probably some of you will see your picture there. So thank you everyone, because we are doing a great job. We will continue doing that one. We are people from University of the Basque Country, but also from University of Deusto. Thank you for everyone, because it is possible because we are working all together, collaborating. And we have also people from outside university, our universities. So we have there some even association people, SBE, or also outside from the company as well. So thank you so much. And that's it. We have there in the town hall with our, we were there some months ago trying to present our conference with a lot of enthusiasm, but we will try to maintain that one, of course. So it is our challenge. We are going to try to continue doing that one. And from our point of view, it is not the best moment, but we will keep on this, of course. Just a couple of minutes and we are going to go to some small lunch. We will back at 2:30 to connect with Joan Ciula. Okay, so if someone wants to speak or say something, maybe Thomas, I don't know if you could come back again to listen to Joan Ciula, because maybe it is too late for you. So if you want to say something, or
yeah, I'll probably go out at this point. So
Thank you very much.
Thank you everyone for listening in, and you know, thank you for all the hard work on the ground. Let's all hope this works out for next year. The one thing I forgot, obviously, last but certainly not least, is that the gala dinner has also been deferred. So the gala dinner will also happen, if it happens, if the conference happens, in the Guggenheim Museum. So that's all set. Guggenheim was willing to roll over this as well. So, you know, we have all these wonderful events ahead of us, hopefully, and I think everyone's hungry to go back. You mentioned some of the other conferences. I think it's fair to say that the enrollments, even for the virtual formats, are way down. Academy has a massive slide now in terms of you know, enrollments for the Academy conference. Not surprisingly, because after 4 months or so of remote work and Zoom meetings and Zoom conferences, I think people are getting a bit tired. So I think even more reason to have a physical conference next to the social interaction that I think we are all missing at this point in time. So let's all hope this works out, that this whole, you know, episode can be controlled at some point. I mean, some good news on the vaccine front, I suppose, but you never know. We're in here for the long haul. At this point, we actively planning for the July 2021, and let's hope that all happens. And Leah and the team there, thanks so much, and fingers crossed. And thank you for having me tonight.
So thank you so much, and we will back at 2:30 just to see you and Siula to speak a little bit also about the future or anything. So thank you, everyone. See you later.